Alright guys, today I wanted to show you one of AOSU's latest products. This is the SolarCam P1 Max. So if you're looking for a home security system with the best picture quality available, this is going to be 4K video quality. You can even expand it to hold up to 16 terabytes, but it does come with 32 gigabyte local storage already. If you're looking for an all-in-one solution where the solar panel is connected to the camera, this is also going to be good for you. But probably its greatest feature is the AI technology that's going to be able to sort through the videos and be able to recognize the people in your family, your neighbors, and set those apart from the strangers. It's going to be able to also recognize your own vehicles so that it's not setting off any false alarms. We'll get into that later, but I just want to start out by talking about the physical features. Now, this is a 2-camera system, but you can get it in the 4-camera and 6-camera configurations as well. Like we talked about, the solar panel is right on top, and it only needs about 2 hours of sunlight daily to continue to work. Camera is going to be right there, and on the other side of it is the motion detector. And right in the middle, there's a small hole for the microphone. So this does allow you to two-way talk, and the speaker at the bottom is how they're going to hear you on the other end. And then the only other physical feature on this is the weather-protected seal here. That's going to house the power button and the reset button. And there is a USB-C port in the middle that you can use for emergency charging. And the package does come with its own USB-C cables. And then right below that, for extra storage, if you need it, is the SD card slot. Now, you don't actually need that because, again, the home base comes with 32 gigabytes of local storage already, but you can use that for extra storage. And then this is your home base. On the other end of it, that's where you're going to connect the Ethernet to your router. The power cord will go right below that. And at the top, there is a USB port that you can use to charge the cameras. At the front there, you can actually remove this because it's just magnetic. And this is how you're going to be able to expand the storage. You can unscrew the screw here, and then you pull this out, and then you can insert a hard drive in there for extra storage all the way up to 16 terabytes. As far as mounting these, it's really simple. You're just going to have these 4 screws here. The screws do come in the package along with wall anchors for extra security. And then you're going to see this will twist around 360. And then this can go up and down a little over 90 degrees. Other features include the colored night vision or black and white night vision, as well as infrared night vision. And this thing also has the capability to do cross-tracking so that you're able to kind of go into just one file and switch between cameras. So I'm going to show you the app now to show you exactly how that works along with all the other features. And then I'm also going to show you some demo footage to show you the video quality. All right, so now let's take a look at the app where you'll be spending the majority of your time managing the cameras. So at the very top of the home screen, you'll see the option to view multicam. So this is essentially going to give you the ability to view the live feed. And then you have the option to turn off the sound like so. You can click on the exclamation point, and that's going to put out a voice alert through the camera's speaker system.
Please get out of here now!
You can talk directly to whoever you may be wanting to talk to through the camera using that mic button there. And then you can even manually record by clicking on that video icon like so. Or you can click on the scissor icon, and that's going to save a photo to your album. All right, back on the home screen at the top right, this is a way to set settings for if you're away from home or if you are at home. So in away mode, you can click on the gear icon, and then you can set the settings for each camera. You can turn on and off recording, the notifications, or the alarms for both cameras. And then you can set the same exact settings for if you're at home. And then also just a nice convenient way to turn off all the cameras or turn them all on at once. You can use the bottom 2 options there, and you just click on execute, and that turns it off or turns it on. All right, so back on the home screen, you can click into each camera. So I'm going to click on SolarCam 2 as an example. You'll see more options. So illumination means that that's how you can turn on the light, the spotlight on the camera. Tone is where you can change your actual voice, so you can hide what you actually sound like. And then that way you can then press that talk button in the middle to talk to whoever's on the other end. And then alarm, of course, will just ring the alarm. Same thing with voice alert. So here's kind of an example of what the light looks like. And then an example of the alarm going off. By accessing the cameras this way, you can also access the events. So these are the recorded videos that were triggered by any sort of motions. All right, so now that we're in events, I'm going to use this as an example of showing you how cross-camera tracking works. So for example, let's click into this file because it saw that I was walking by on this one camera here. And then at the bottom, you can see that you can switch over to the other camera because it knows that I then walked around the corner and walked into the field of that other camera. So it conveniently places all those files into this one file here that you can switch back and forth on. And here's just an example of how that looks with the video file blown up, so you can see just the quality of it. All right, so let's take a quick look at the settings for each camera. So right at the top of the settings, you can change the device name, or you can turn it on or off. And then right under the AI surveillance section, that's where you're going to be able to kind of configure exactly what gets captured by the camera. So if you click into AI surveillance, right at the top, you can enable human detection. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Right under that is intrusion, and this is going to allow you to set an area using a red box. And it's only going to be within that red box that it looks for emotions. So you can click add region, and then you can click and drag the box to go wherever you'd like, and then click save. And then you can set the alarm that would go off. You can enable auto alarm. You can do smart alarm, or you can customize it and be able to choose whether the white light comes on or the alarm comes on, or both. And then you can change the alarm volume at the bottom. You can set it to detect all day using the detection period, or you can add a custom period using the very bottom option. All right, vehicle detection. This is gonna obviously detect vehicles, so you can turn that on. And then there's also the parking guard, and that's basically where you can set an area around your car, again using the red box. And again, the alarm method you can choose, and then you can choose the detection period to go all day or a custom period. So that was vehicle detection and parking guard. And then right below that is intrusion prevention at yard wall. This is essentially the same thing as intrusion at the top there, but this is specific to yard wall. So if it detects anyone trying to get over that wall, it will send out the alarm. And again, you would just set the detection zone using a red box. Lawn surveillance, same thing again. You can just use that specifically for your lawns. And then at the very bottom there, pet detection, again, pretty self-explanatory. So under AI surveillance, you're going to see something called detection settings, and this basically works hand in hand with AI surveillance, except detection settings is purely based on motion. So when you click motion detection on, you can set it to detect all, but you can also choose intelligent detection, where you can choose the specific items that you want to detect, and it will use the settings based off of what you had chosen in AI surveillance. You also have notifications here. You can choose to have them completely off, but if you turn it on, you can choose the time that you get notifications. You can also choose to get them immediately, or you can choose what's called intelligent mode, and it's going to sense whether those notifications are worth sending, and you can even choose exactly which options you want to be notified for. Night vision, this is where you can choose to use black and white night vision or color night vision, and also infrared night vision. You also have the option to go into video and audio, and this is where you can choose to have it always recording in 4K, but you can also use smooth mode, which is going to prioritize the smoothness of the picture rather than the picture quality. And then this is where you can change the two-way talk speaker volume. Under battery management, you can help save the battery by going into power save mode, and that's where it will only record 20 seconds per event. Or you can use intelligent detection mode, and that's going to be the standard 60-second recordings. And you'll see the section for Amazon Alexa and Google Home. You can set those up there. And then just the basic settings down below, the about device, the firmware updates. You can get the quick start guide there as well. All right, so now let's talk about the thing that sets this thing apart from other products, and that is the AI intelligence behind it. So if we click into Homebase, you're going to see several options here, the top two being person management and vehicle management, which we'll get into. Below that, you'll see cross-camera tracking, so that's just going to be an easy way to turn it on and off. Now, the very last option there, True Sight Intelligence. So this is the AI technology that actually is going to generate descriptions of the videos that it takes. And when you turn that on, you're able to then go into your camera. And then at the bottom there, we talked about the live and the events, but now you're going to see a True Sight option. And if you click into that, as you can see there, you'll see descriptions now of all the events that have taken place, you know, the recorded videos. And that's going to be helpful for just quickly reading exactly what that video is about. And you can even do a search at the bottom there, as you'll see Smart Search, to search for maybe, say you keep seeing a black SUV pass by, you can type in black SUV and find all the videos that match that description. But let's go ahead and go back to the home-based settings again so we can talk about the person management. So again, this is going to be the big AI feature that comes with this package. So this is the section where you can actually add pictures of your family, of your neighbors, essentially anyone that you know. Click on Add a New Person. You can click on Upload Family Photo, and then you can take a photo right here or choose from an album. And you'll see that I've already taken a photo, so that's going to be in the recognized box. But up top, you'll see unidentified. So if you need to, say, identify your neighbor, you can click on their picture up there, and we can just say neighbor, and then label them as neighbor, click save. And there you go. Now they're also in the recognized box. Now, of course, if you're going to take a picture of yourself from the shoulders up, it may not recognize your whole body. So if we click into this picture, for example, that's actually me in that photo. But what you can do is at the very bottom, it's called person merge. And then I can click on myself and I can confirm to merge, basically saying that this person is also me or whoever you are merging with. Click yes. And now the AI will recognize that body image as being you. You can do the same thing with vehicle management, so you can let the AI know which vehicles are yours or which ones are familiar. All right, so I've just gotten back from testing the AI, and as you can see, clicking into the video, you can see at the bottom left that it indicates me as the person in the blue shirt now.